for Super Marco in the gold lane for Philippines. Something that we haven't seen a whole lot on the competitive scene, but ladies and gentlemen, this is also a Natan with Mystery Shop. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Land of Dawn. This is it. Whoever wins the series gets to go to the main event of Iesf 2023.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I cannot wait for that. To see the next stage break through. Whew. All right, let's get down to business here. And I think it's very clear that Cambodia has a game plan played around shutting down Super Marco. And I think by far that's going to be the most important thing here, considering how good he's played in the first couple of games. ATM is naturally going to do well at level 1, but the one interaction that I wanted to talk to you about, Mirko, is the fact that even if Melissa puts the go away from me, the fact that the time journey cancels out all, and I quote, CC, there's a keyword in the get away with me, the get away from me, that also involves CC. So with the time journey, you're going to be able to walk right through it, and especially with someone as dangerous as Paquito, it could hurt a lot.
Definitely, right? That's one of the maybe loopholes that Philippines saw through here. Without the Melissa pick, they actually went for the Natan that, again, has been a pick that has been pretty popular at ISF. We've seen this Natan pick 3 times now with an Iron Hook down below. Just going to be focusing on the gold buff. And you can already see the emphasis as well that Ogwen is placing down in that gold lane. This Natan pick will not do them well if it gets shut down, if it gets ganked a lot. So Super Marco will definitely have a pretty good time down below with a lot of the pressure relieved off of him. But this does give Cambodia more pressure to play with around the turtle that, again, is very, very dangerous to give over to Cambodia.
Exactly, right? That's why the Diggy's in the mid lane. He's shoving it out. He's helping Valentina. Valentina goes to the EXP to hit level 4, and immediately Philippines, they want to start pulling the turtle. They want to press the agenda on Cambodia.
Okay, let's take a look right now. Seems like when it comes down to control, both teams have a pretty equal stance on the river side and top lane. Ogwen looking for an Iron Hook already with a airstrike popped in. ATM's gonna get chunked low, but a split comes down. That's the time journey to the gate to CC, but still gonna be Kaltizi who secures the retribution. Now looking for some more, but ATM wants to force the issue with the split now on mounting Flap TZ. That's gonna be the stun and the Vengeance proc right now with the resets. 1 kill over, traded in, kill for Turtle. Kaltizi doesn't want to go for more, decides to just back away. Super Marco takes a good chunk on that turret shield down below.
Yep, and beautifully, none of their CC really works, so therefore their disengages and re-engages will only work after that time journey completes. In the meantime, at least you are seeing the efficiency of Super Marco, the gold laner from Brand Esports. He is not wasting any moment. Oh, carries the on lane? Perfect. I'm just going to take as much of the shield as possible to get ahead. As long as Super Marco is consistently farming, Cambodia have to be extremely careful when they use their ultimates here as the fight breaks out. Already with a feathered airstrike, they should be able to get out of this no problem, right? Yeah, they should be going out of this no problem.
Yeah, again, just a little bit of a poke, a skirmish there being initiated, but really no real intention to fully commit. There's no neutral objectives, not even actual objectives to take, even if they get that fight. So it's a bit too risky to be fully committing onto that. But they are already looking for a pick down below there. It should be a Flicker Bloody Hunt, and that CCAT taken off the board. Super Chama looking for maybe a trade, but hey, Gideon, this is something that I personally did not, see earlier. I didn't realize Super Chama is on the Tankito emblem. He's on the Demon Slayer, so not too sure if he's actually going to be building full tank like we've seen in MPL Indonesia, but it does definitely seem like that's the case.
That's a good point here, and I think it's important to know that at least with Super Chama, what he's going to need to do is peel for his team. If he has an opportunity to assassinate someone, they need to be below a certain threshold. So it's very clear that Cambodia and Philippines both kind of want to play a style where they just trade front to front as much as they can.
Okay, ATM gonna be chunked, just like you said, front to front, playing it, but ATM, oh wow, a beautiful retry steal from Kyle TZ, showing absolute clash with the final slash, connecting D7 a bit late with that time journey, but it will still be able to escape unless Flap is able to find that kill like it's nothing. CCAT has stolen the final slash now, trying to look for it on Super Marco, but he needs to be very careful as to how he spaces in these team fights. Super Marco with that range, dominating, as well as Fuse able to try to go for a little bit of a siege here in the mid lane tier 1. There's another skirmish down below, and it's Kyle TZ again.
Oh, Kyle is so consistent on his retributions. It's so disgusting. After getting the turtle, they press their advantage, they steal the entire bottom camps, and now, for certain, Jima, he's going to be behind Kyle TZ. Right now, 2 levels. It'll eventually even out to just 1 level, but that's the worst possible situation, as Kyle TZ might even get another kill in the mid lane.
This man, you gotta stop him, man. I mean, now we really understand why there was 5 bans onto Kyle. Super oppressive. You give him an inch, he takes a mile, literally. Just invading constantly, always being on the map. Even though he's not dealing damage on the map sometimes, just staying there, showing himself, gives so much pressure to the Cambodians right now, where they have to respect it and back away. Chama trying to do the same thing now onto the XP lane, but remember, Kyle now with the Phantom Execution, good steal from Super Chama with the Retribution of his own, but Kyle will be able to dish out some damage. The Bloody Hunt comes down with a Feather Airstrike. Fury, you can't escape with a time journey from a suppression, and that's what Philippines has to play with.
They have to keep in mind all these small nuances when they're playing against the Philippines. It's not going to be easy, but I feel like Cambodia, as much as they want to play this front to front, they're not the ones who want to engage first. They want to get as many spells out of the Filipino squad as possible before trying to attempt this full all-in. ATM.
That damage is absolutely absurd, Gideon. We haven't seen Natan in such a long time, so when you see Natan with full stacks on that split, like we said, oh man, Super Chama, oh man, a brutal try from Super Chama. He will fall for the first time in this game with an attempt on the steal, but that will ultimately just give so much more pressure for the steal and even a flicker aggressively. Oh. Super Marco showing absolute class in a solo 1v1 kill down to the gold lane.
Beautifully done, and we're not done yet because Kyle TZ, he's acting like he just parked in the handicap spot, just completely disrespectful, uncalled for, but he takes the space anyways.
Oh man, they're able again to bait out the time journey without anything. Flak just used his first kill, not even the final slash, and he still has that final slash.
Oh.
Flickers out, ATM isolated now with the final slash and the Bloody Hunt. Oh my god, it's another Iron Hook as well from Ogwen. Absolutely styling on the Cambodians. Few with the read on the slam, pass. Philippines, it seems like early on they were struggling just a bit, but they can flip that switch whenever they want.
I mean, they got their item power spike. Super Marco is scaling up super fast, man. He's got the mystery shop, and I'm pretty sure he's got 3 items already built in this game. Well, to be fair, it should be 2.5 if you're really taking into consideration the timings, but here comes Ogwen. Does he want to flicker forward? Does he want to try and make something happen? No, doesn't have it just yet. They're going to back off as there is 33 more seconds until the very first Lord is going to appear in this game, and I think Cambodia, they might just have to give it away. It's too difficult to get in on them, especially when the Philippines have kind of like laid down the trenches.
Oh my god, it's just another kill on the board right now. It's gonna be Flap TZ who secures it, but Ogwen, his rotations, the path he takes every single time just seems to be perfect. He has the perfect read on all of his opponents. If it happens just once to a certain team, sure, right? But he's been honestly doing this against all the teams, Myanmar, Cambodia, and now with the Iron Hook again, D7, it will be bursted down, and that's why you call him Super Marco. An absolutely superb game from this Natan. The final slash to bring ATM back. Mechanical displays from the Philippines.
Yep. Right now, Philippines, they are just freestyling it. They know that they have such a fat lead against the Cambodians. 8,000 in a matter of fact, so early on, 9 minutes into the game. And for most professional teams, this is a death sentence because it's so difficult to come back from this sort of deficit, especially if your opponents aren't making too many mistakes. If you look at the items, and as I was saying, corrected actually. He didn't have 3 items, he had 4. That's why Super Marco is dishing out so much damage.
Oh my god, dude. Look at these items again. It's just Super Marco doing Super Marco things. Whenever he is this ahead, he really doesn't care. He doesn't want to respect his opponents, and why should he, right? He just goes for full damage, and even with the Holy Crystal here, you can expect Super Marco to be dealing even more now. That's the feathered airstrike, just the range itself, zoning the members away. Cambodia, whoa, Kaltizi with a puncture, just using the puncture super well, getting some movement and zoning them away from the tier 2, as this just might be the first base turret taken down with just the first Lord. Also, the damage coming from Super Marco, going for D7, forcing the time journey, and that's what they wanted. CCAT looking for an opening to find that final slash, but again, that is massive for Philippines. Maybe they would have stopped after the Lord was taken out by the turret, but now with no time journey, they can do whatever they want with the final slash, with an iron hook as well there. Not connecting, unfortunately, for Philippines. Fortunately for Cambodia, they will be able to defend their bottom lane base turret.
Man, the one thing, Cambodia's draft right now is terrible at high ground defense. It's really difficult for them to walk up safely, especially when Few is just popping his feathered airstrike as if he's doing bombing runs, right? He is on a mission to make sure that these structures go down, and as a mage user, you don't have enough AD to take down these structures by yourself. But what you can do is zone away the reinforcements from your opposing team to try and take the space. And right now, the Philippines, they are always playing on the very edge. They're slowly cutting into the borders and angling out the Cambodians from these major objectives. And that's why when we look at the draft, every single time when an artillery mage is put in the mid lane, you just know that this game could snowball out of control, especially when you have a gold laner this far ahead.
It's, again, just them suffocating Cambodia. We saw this earlier against Vietnam. Philippines were able to do the same thing, take control of that mid game after a pretty just standard start to the game, and that's what they're doing here against Cambodia as well. Once they have that lead, you cannot expect Philippines to, go for random fights. They're just going to be rotating, and again, they catch ATM. Beautiful bloody hunt into an iron hook, into everything, and the kitchen sink thrown at the glue. ATM 0, 2, and 1 as one of the tankiest heroes in the game.
It's so difficult. It's so difficult, right? There's nothing much that they can really do about it. Even Super Marco is utilizing his ult to kind of just speed up and make his way to this Lord. And I don't know. There's only a couple of options that they have. And number one, Shima needs to steal this.
Well, that's off the board almost instantly, right as you say it, Gideon. He tried, but again, Ogwen with that vision, man, pops in the conceal to just rotate and circle around the Lord Pit to find where he's at. And with that, that's again the only win condition. You mentioned they need to try to go for a miraculous steal. Oh, D7 gets baited with the feathered airstrike and the final slash. No time journey, seeking quicker as well. Super Marco gonna be gunned down there by Fury, as now it's still gonna be Fury free hitting in the back. Flap TZ should fall unless he is able to make a miracle play, but he falls to the turret. Now Philippines gotta be careful, man. They have had the lead for quite some time, but with a few shutdowns there claimed by the carry, it could turn around.
Big play coming in for CCAT, and high ground defenses aren't looking that great. Few's gonna drop his feathered airstrike, and they're gonna find one more kill, but look at the way that they're managing these waves. The Philippines, they want all the inhibs.
5 seconds, man, right now for D7. He doesn't have the time journey yet, though. Still has to wait on that cooldown right now as Ogwen jumps and tries to go for an iron hook. Another cheeky pick attempt from the Philippines, but they will be happy with just one base turret take. They understand that they made a mistake, they overstepped, so they'll go back to the discipline, the classic Filipino discipline, to just play around and suffocate their opponents to wait for the next neutral objective.
It's one of those situations where you look at a Valentina and it's like, she's got that final slash. She's probably not going to flicker forward. She's way too low. We basically one-shot her every single time. There's just no way she's going to perform that maneuver.
Alright, looking at it again though, they want to go for more! It's the most beautiful hook, threading the needle onto the marksman. Even though D7 and CCAT, even ATM were all in front, Philippines, with that crazy mistake from Cambodia, will be able to capitalize fully all in onto the base. Man, what a performance, what a statement in game number 1.
a huge statement that the Philippines continues to dominate and continue the Filipino dynasty, as we've all been talking about all year round. Cambodia, they're probably going to need to start looking back at their draft one more time, because there was a lot of opportunities to try and punish or at least contest some